I love the wheels. I wish my wheels, if my wheels looked like that, I wouldn't have had to do that. Hey folks, welcome back to another video. Today I'm heading over to my buddy's house who just got a Model 3 Standard Range Plus a couple weeks ago, and it's actually the exact same build that I have of my car. It's a white exterior, white interior, so they look very, very similar. Only difference, Model 3 versus Model Y. We are in the market for a second vehicle. The Cybertruck, which is on order, is definitely delayed, and I don't see us getting that before 2023, 2024 more likely. So we need a car before then, so we are deciding between another Model Y, because we love our Model Y, or a Model 3, which is a little bit lower cost, but obviously is a little bit smaller. So I wanted to go and compare my Y with his 3 and check out the differences and see what we think. The Model 3 is attractive, especially the Standard Range Plus, because it comes at such a great price point, but I'm not sure if it'll have enough space since we've gotten used to that in the Model Y. So we're gonna head over there to his place now and check it out. Okay, so I arrived at Doug's place. He just backed his Model 3 out, and we're gonna take a look. All right, this is Doug's Standard Range Plus Model 3, white on white. Doug, tell me about the car.
Well, I mean, I love the car. So we were thinking about getting my wife a new ride, and it didn't make sense going with another gas guzzler. You know, we figured we'd go with the market leader in Tesla and have not been disappointed. So we ordered it. I ordered it the end of June. She didn't find out until much later, and it arrived coincidentally on her birthday, so the middle of August. So timing wise, it was perfect, and I'm absolutely in love with it. So I've since ordered a Cybertruck, and I've already ordered this exact same model so I can trade my car in, because technically this is my wife's car. Even though I try to drive it as much as I can.
So the Model 3 that you've ordered is a connection to get to Cybertruck.
Exactly.
Right. So that's exactly what I need to do, which is why I'm deciding between basically your car or my car.
And I think at this point, I'm gonna keep the Model 3 for a little while, and then I'm probably gonna go to a Y until the Cybertruck is ready, just for a little bit more space. The Model 3 that I ordered is supposed to show up now end of October.
Did you check it recently?
Oh yeah, every day I check.
Every day, okay. A lot of people are griping because they had deliveries for November.
Yeah.
So October you might have been safe, but for November, they all got pushed to March.
Oh, okay.
Just like from November to March, just like that. Okay, that's good if it's still October, so you're just gonna sneak in.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet.
And honestly, everything about the car, the technology, the safety, the performance, I've never been in a car like this before. It is an absolute missile. Yeah. I'm surprised I haven't gotten pulled over yet. That's probably coming very shortly. Even the amount of space that it actually has with the trunk and the frunk, surprisingly you get enough space in it.
The wheels look nice too. You took the aero covers off. Yeah. So these are stock wheels.
Yep, just stock wheels, and paid $35 for the kit.
The covers.
The covers.
Yeah, the wheel caps.
And still have the aero covers just in case I want to put them on if we're going on a long road trip or something.
I love the wheels. I wish my wheels, if my wheels looked like that, I wouldn't have had to do that. Another thing, Standard Range Plus Model 3 comes with printed Tesla logo on the brake calipers. It's a small thing, but it's surprising that the Model Y at a higher price point does not have that, and the Standard Range Plus Model 3 does. That's weird. Okay, so I think the first obvious difference is the height difference. It's definitely a bit shorter, and the 3 is low. This car is low, but the 3 is very low to the ground.
Well, and this is 18-inch wheels too, right?
So sitting in the Model 3 is just like sitting in the Model Y. Obviously the dash, steering wheel, everything is exactly the same as the updated console, which is nice. This is much nicer than mine, and then the Alcantara phone charger, and here, instead of it being white, it's Alcantara, which is really nice. It's just notably lower angle of view, but otherwise this feels like a race car. So what's crazy is this is the Standard Range Plus, so your 0 to 60 is going to be like 5.3 or 5.4, and this one is going to be 4 point something, I don't know, but it's 5 seconds base. I think it might be 4.9, so it's slightly fast.
Merging onto the highway, not a problem at all.
Yeah, definitely more height storage, but that's still pretty wide and deep. Like you could get 4 sets of clubs in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
4 sets of golf clubs is the ultimate measure that you use
just
for a trunk.
Put all your shoes in the front.
So we're just talking about this being the substitute car, and then what to do with the car after Cybertruck shows up, which we think is 2024. Either sell it, trade it in when the Cybertruck comes, or keep it and consider doing like a Turo kind of rental thing. I don't know how comfortable I am with that. I've only read the horror stories online so far. I haven't met anyone that's like, oh, it's great. I'm making tons of money and my life is great. Most people are, it got totaled on the second rental and I hate my life. So I don't know, we're considering that. My wife definitely wants Model Y. She just thinks the size with the kids in and out, it's just that it's the one we have to get. I'm kind of more leaning towards a Model 3 because it's 40 grand, and especially if it's a temporary car, it's not a lifetime car, we're either going to sell it or rent it or whatever. I guess you probably know what's going to happen knowing what she wants, but that's where we're at. So getting in the Model 3 is definitely notably lower, and confession alert, I always use a microfiber on the edge of the seat when I'm wearing blue jeans because yes, the dye does transfer, and no, baby wipes does not remove it, so don't believe damn lie. It's not true. I'm the only one that's going to tell you the truth. The baby wipes don't do anything. Blue jeans will be on your seat. So we've taken the Model 3 onto the highway now, and Doug was just mentioning about your other car, which is a Ford Flex.
Ford Flex. There's some subtle differences. One being with the Flex, you have to hammer the gas and the engine thinks about it. It says, this is really, you really want to try to do this, and you can hear it build up. In the Tesla, you just tap the gas and you're at 100. You're flying past cars already.
You're on autopilot. There's a guy in a Flex going, come on, honey. So we're taking a ride in his Model 3, and then we're gonna do the same in mine. I would say slightly less jolt on the pickup, but if you've never driven a Tesla and you've only ever driven a gas car, it's gonna be the fastest car you've ever driven, no question. I'm interested to know what you think.
Yeah, and I've never been in a Y before, so that'll be interesting to see. But everyone I've taken for a ride in this car has had the exact same reaction. Because I think a lot of people think electric cars and they just think it's just gonna putt around like a golf cart. Right. Every single person that I've taken for a drive says, I want a Tesla.
I mean, there's a Nissan Leaf. At that point, you really should probably start considering the cost of a bus pass. All right, so we did the test drive in the Model 3. Was fun. It's hard to explain. We both got in each other's car and went, whoa, it's just,
yeah, it's crazy, right? Like
it's same but different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it feels like we're just sitting up a little higher and like we're in my Tesla.
Right.
Right. It's got that same kind of feeling.
Sorry. Not paying attention.
And getting in and out is much easier in the Y than the 3. The 3, you're like falling into it and then propping yourself up to get out of it.
Okay.
But when you want to take it for a rip, oh yeah, that's a massive difference.
Now I'm back in here, it feels a little bit different.
You'd feel that in the 3, but you wouldn't feel it to that extent.
I actually thought about getting this Cybertruck digital camo. Digital white, gray, maybe like a navy blue, but all digital camo would be sick.
Yeah, like that's crazy. 3, Y, S, X.
Yeah.
Like you can't go wrong.
No.
Whatever your budget can support
is what you should buy.
Is what you should buy.
Yeah.
Like,
you're not gonna really know the difference.
Yeah.
You're gonna get what you got, and you're gonna go, this car's amazing. It's like wine.
Yeah.
$10 bottles of wine taste fine. You can buy a $500 bottle. I mean, I'll drink it if that's what you're pouring.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what's the huge difference?
That 160 mark's that's the mark that you need to be careful of.
That's where you lose your license.
Yeah.
You set the speed to 159. That's a big ticket. Perfect. I get to leave.
Yeah, I mean, that is like much quicker, much more power.
See, I didn't notice it much when I was sitting in the passenger seat of your car. Driving this, I notice it.
Well, maybe that's the thing too. Like no one's ever, like Krista's never, I've never been sitting in the passenger seat and she's never driven like that.
Right.
So.
Right. It's different when you're at the wheel for sure.
Yeah.
Like when we test drove ours, I drove it and it was scaring the shit out of Renee. Like this thing, because it was, it was doing this. It was like fast, right?
Yeah.
And then she got in the driver's seat and now I'm shitless and she's like, it's fine. And I'm like, yeah, sure, it's fine. It's very different. Switcheroo.
This is kind of like what I'm used to driving, like in a normal like SUV. Like you're up higher, you feel like you're up higher.
Smoke another one, honey. She's got the marijuana mask on in her car by herself, windows down, and Scooby-Doo full size in the passenger seat with a seatbelt on. You can't make that up.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'd say way faster than the 3.
Really?
Yeah.
That much, eh?
And feels smoother too.
I don't know. It has, I think, the same suspension, maybe exactly the same parts even. I don't know. I mean, what if we were to go sit in a performance Model Y right now, which is going to do 3.5 seconds, 0 to 60. So it's going to take 1.5 seconds off of this car and almost 2 seconds off of your car. It gets to a point where it just becomes stupid.
Yeah.
Like it's just speed for the sake of speed.
Right.
It's like 2 spicy chicken wings. So what's the point? There's a point where the spiciness is just for show. If you're going to track it, hey, I get it. Go for it. Get it on the track. The connectivity that you pay for, or don't you pay for yet, but you'll eventually pay for.
Oh, no, I'm paying for it. With the 3 standard range plus, you get 1 month, like a 30-day trial. Then you have to subscribe and pay for it.
They give me a year, so I still have till November.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm definitely paying for it when it comes time.
Yeah, for sure. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. All right, just finished checking out the Model 3 with Doug. It was pretty neat to ride in a Model 3. I'd never been in one before, and it's definitely different just based on the height, really. He noted that the height above your head is really nice to have, and then overall it is just bigger inside. But once we got on the highway, as you saw, he definitely noticed a difference in the pickup and the speed. I didn't as much because I don't really often like just hammer it. You just get going so fast, so quick. It's like it's a good way to get in trouble. So I don't do it that often. So when I did it, it was like, yeah, yours is pretty fast. When we got back in mine, I did notice that it's notably faster. I wouldn't let that be a deal breaker for you though. I mean, if you're looking at a 3 or a Y and the 3 really is much more affordable for you and it's what you can afford, then you should get it. You're going to enjoy it. In fact, you're going to love it, and don't let what you didn't get bother you. I wanted a performance Model Y in the beginning, and I'm actually really glad I did not get it, because instead of that money, I used it to buy the full self-drive. So for our second vehicle purchase, I'm pretty sure at this point it's going to be another Model Y. As much as I like the Model 3, there's just something to be said about the amount of space, and with the hatch versus a trunk, it does make the difference, and it is worth it for us. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful if you're considering a Model Y or a Model 3, and we'll catch you in the next one.